Thank you, Tom.
Well, NBC News has obtained White House records showing that Mitt Romney's Massachusetts health care law wasn't just the inspiration, but truly the blueprint for the president's health care reform plan, a point the president himself alluded to at a Boston event last spring.
Because of you, we did what we have been trying to do for almost a century. With a little assist from the former governor of Massachusetts, we said that health care should no longer be a privilege in this country. We said that in the United States of America, just like here in Massachusetts, you should never go broke because you get sick.
Michael Isikoff is the NBC News national investigative correspondent. And Mike, you've been pouring through a whole bunch of records. How did you make the connection?
Well, basically, look, the president and some of his aides have suggested this before, that they borrowed from the Massachusetts law. What we did was look at White House visitor logs, which are publicly available, and looked at who they were meeting with in that crucial time period, 2009-2010, when they were crafting the Affordable Care Act. And it turns out several of Romney's advisors, healthcare experts, people who were consulted by the Romney administration were also being consulted by the Obama White House about how to duplicate what was done in Massachusetts and on the national level. One, John Gruber, who was an advisor to the Romney administration on health care, an MIT economist, who was then appointed by Romney to the state board to implement the Massachusetts health care law, had 5 meetings at the White House, one with President Obama, one with Larry Summers, chief economic advisor, one with budget director Peter Orszag, another with Nancy Ann DePaul, chief of health care, all about how to take the Massachusetts law and turn it into a national scale. This is something that is a little bit awkward for Romney because those connections between the Massachusetts law and the federal law, Obamacare, is one that his rivals are pouncing on.
And what did the Romney campaign tell you when you presented them? It's like, look, this isn't just talking points of Republicans. These are, 2 of the chief designers of the Massachusetts plan, spending hours at the White House helping the White House design theirs. What did they say?
Well, first they pointed me to comments that Romney himself made after the president made those remarks, saying if the president really wanted to know how it worked in Massachusetts, he could have called me and asked me how it worked. Well, he didn't call Romney, but he did call, it turns out, some of the people who had advised him. But also they emphasized, look, Romney has made clear he doesn't walk away from the Massachusetts law, but he doesn't believe in this one-size-fits-all national health care system. He wants to respect the states. He doesn't want to impose on the states. And that's his basic retort to all his rivals, including Rick Perry, who are hammering home the connection between what they call Obamacare and Romneycare.
And one other point that I thought was interesting in your piece that's already online this morning, people ought to be checking it out, MSNBC.com, the Isikoff Files, was that it was Romney himself that insisted on the mandate.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Jonathan Gruber, that MIT economist, said that when there was a debate within the Romney administration about how to do this, and the issues got presented to Romney, his political advisors were a little wary of this individual mandate. It was Romney who forcefully decided, absolutely, this is the way to save money. This is the way to cut down on that free ride for uninsured people who then go to the emergency room. And, as a result, Jonathan Gruber is quoted in my piece saying, Mitt Romney should be considered the father of national health care reform. Not a comment that the Romney people are going to be particularly excited about to read this morning.
As he pointed out in your piece, it's not meant to be, he wasn't meaning it to be an attack on Mitt Romney. He was meaning it to be a compliment.
He was very complimentary of Romney's role in the state law. He says he's a little bit disappointed about the way Romney has tried to walk away from the state law now that he's running for president.
Mike Isikoff, our national investigative correspondent, that folks can go take a look at the full report on MSNBC.com right now. Mike, thanks a lot.
Thanks, you.
All right, we're going to dive a little deeper into the new NBC News.